It is now 3:59. We will get started in 1 minute. Okay, welcome to Project Ready San Diego Thursday Career Connections. There is so much going on in our country and globally right now. The nation welcomed President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris to lead us at a time of deep anguish and great promise. Historically, we have the first woman, first African American, first South Asian in the vice president position in the White House. Unfortunately, we witnessed an insurrection at the Capitol unfold on social media and television news. We are witnessing the departure of US troops in Afghanistan. Many of our households continue to be impacted by COVID-19, distance learning, loss of income, jobs, and food insecurities. Please know that the Urban League of San Diego County is here for you and your families. Continue to read our updates that will include resources and tools that you can use as we prepare for our journey this year towards college and career readiness. Since 1953, the Urban League of San Diego County has provided housing, financial literacy, youth development, and education programs. The Urban League is launching the Project Ready program that begins tonight. This program aims to equip the Urban League youth participants with tangible skills that will enable them not only to secure entrance into college, but to survive college and plan a career, problem solve, build skills, and work towards life goals.
Yeah.
What is Project Ready? It's a program of the National Urban League. It is a set of evidence-based standards plus practical tools specially designed to equip the Urban League movement for the purpose of getting African American and other urban youth ready for college, work, and life. I want to welcome you here this evening for our Project Ready Thursday Career Network live webinar, putting your best foot forward towards college and career. To lead us in our discussions for this evening will be Trinity Ansley. She is currently the chair of Project Ready and San Diego Youth Council. We have some positions open that include the following: Vice Chair, Secretary, Information and Communications Chair, and our Programs and Service Learning Chair. You'll hear more about that later on this evening after our presentations. But without further ado, I want to welcome Trinity, who will be our host this evening. And she will do the introduction of our keynote speaker. And then after he presents, she will ask him some questions, and then we'll open it up to the entire floor for Q&A. So without further ado, Trinity, can you please introduce our keynote speaker?
Yes, Ms. Key. Hello, everybody. I would like to introduce Nicola Abdal. He is a PhD who became the 14th president of Virginia State University, VSU. In his remarks during his introduction to the Trojan family, President Abdal outlined his 4 core beliefs. I believe in God, I believe in family, I believe in transformative nature of education, and I believe in Virginia State University. President Abdal also emphasized several focus areas to sustain VSU as the 1890 land-grant universities. The areas of focus include providing a transformative experience for students, strategically investing in academic programs, partnering with others as a university to tell the VSU story, embracing the university land-grant mission, and embracing VSU's role as Virginia's Opportunity University. Without further ado, I welcome Makola Abdal. Ms. Key, is he on his way here? Oh,
Hey, that's me. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Abdallah, you are on camera. We're ready for you to present.
Oh, great, great. Well, in that case, then, thank you so much. I am so excited to be here amongst all of you. Thank you so much for having me and giving me an opportunity to present and tell you a little bit about me and a little bit about Virginia State and, God willing, a little bit about where you all are headed, and maybe I can add something to your lives, I hope, as you add things to mine. So first, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Makola Abdullah. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. If you want to, you can take down the introduce keynote thing, because I know that then people can see me more and I can see them. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Trinity. You guys are on my screen right now, so I can see you. So there you go. All right. I'm going to put it on gallery view so I can see more people if they have their cameras on. Hey, Robert. My name is Makola Abdullah. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I grew up in Chicago, went to Howard University for my undergraduate career. Ultimately taught a little bit at Florida A&M and Florida Memorial and Bethune-Cookman before 6 years ago, I became the president. I have to say that with my deep president voice. I became the president of Virginia State University. And I'm very excited to be doing this, to have an opportunity to impact young people's lives on a day-to-day basis is really what drew me to the position and drew me to the work. And I'm so excited to do it. Virginia State, a little bit about Virginia. I got to do a VSU commercial because president of VSU. Got to do a VSU commercial. And then I'll get into like keynote stuff. But VSU was founded in 1882. One of the first HBCUs that was founded as a college to offer collegiate degrees to students. Many HBCUs were initially founded as normal and industrial institutes. Normal was to educate teachers. Industrial, of course, was to learn the trades. Virginia State University was founded initially as a collegiate institute and offered the first collegiate degrees to African Americans here in Virginia in 1882. Interestingly enough, the first woman to receive a degree, a college degree in the Commonwealth of Virginia, graduated from Virginia State University in 1887, because there were no state-sponsored institutions for even white women to receive collegiate degrees. Virginia State University in the first co-ed classroom of men and women in classes together in Virginia at a public institution was at Virginia State University. And so we have a long tradition of providing quality opportunities for those who are normally locked out of education, whether that be the son and daughters of formerly enslaved Africans, or in terms of diversity and inclusion for women and for everyone. We've always had our doors open to everyone. We have any number of incredible programs. We are among the nation's leaders in graduating Black computer engineers. We have programs in psychology and social work and education, accredited programs in engineering. And Reginald F. Lewis, who's the first Black billionaire, look him up, Reginald F. Lewis. Reginald F. Lewis is a graduate of Virginia State University. And so if you want to get there, right, wherever there is, you can get there from here, from Virginia State University. So that's my VSU commercial. Thank you very much. All right. Now I got a keynote. So they say I got to give a speech, and then speeches, you got to have points and stuff. So I got points, and I'm going to deliver the speech with the points. Achievement matters. I got that from the thing they sent me. Achievement matters. And that's very important. I think in terms of us developing high numbers of folks, of quality professionals to change the world, to enter into fabulous careers, people need to be committed to achieving all that they can. And how do you do that? I tell you, I would say it's follow your passion. And there you go. That's my theme for the night. Follow your passion. How do you get to where you want to get to? Follow your passion. So in trying to follow your passion, I think there's 3 steps. And again, I'm not going to be here too long because y'all don't want to hear me talk too long. But first is you got to know who you are. You need to know who you are. If we talk about following your passion, how do you know what your passions are if you don't know who you are? And so a lot of what we do in this life, and especially many of you, right now is the time when you're trying to learn who you are. And you're learning more about yourself as you're getting older and growing into yourself. I know this is going to sound strange, and my kids are a little older than you all are, so, but I'm going to say it anyway. One of the ways to make sure that you're really taking the time to learn who you are, I know this is going to sound crazy, is to listen to your parents. I know, Trinity. It doesn't sound right at all. I know. Your parents, even though they have entered into the stupid phase, right? As kids become teenagers, suddenly, for some reason, parents become stupid. I know I became stupid too. I don't know why. But there isn't a group of people, your parents, your family. And again, I'm speaking of the people who have given to you and who love you so much. Those people are people who support you no matter what, in ways that you don't know. And they've been watching you, many of you, for most of your lives. And so in trying to know who you are, when you find some difficulties, don't be afraid to lean back on your parents, on your family, even if they have entered into the stupid phase. So it's very important as you follow your passion, as you follow who you're becoming, to keep those people who know you best. And the people who know you best are people who've been around you longest. Make sure that you continue to keep them in the loop. Know who you are. All right, next. Know the difference between your passion and what you like. See, I didn't say follow what you like. I said follow your passion. For many of us, the things that we truly enjoy, those aren't always our passion. That's not always why we were put here on this earth. I'll tell you a short story. I was a fast guy, track star, undefeated as a junior. I was short though. I couldn't have been more. I mean, like I'm tall now. Like I'm super tall. I'm like 5'9", really tall now. But there was a time. Thank you, Trinity. I really appreciate you. You're the only one on video. I get to see your head nodding. Thank you, Brittany, for coming back. The interaction is important to me. I'm 5'9" now, but I was like 5 feet tall. I was a junior in high school. I was 5'3", and I was fast. Now I wasn't Olympic fast, but I went to a small school, and the other schools we ran against, I was faster than them. So I was undefeated as a junior. 100, 200, and long jump. So then my senior year, I catch mono. I grow 3 inches. I'm 5'6", 5'7". I'm faster, I'm stronger, but I got mono, and I didn't run my entire senior year. I had no times for my senior year. So I go to college. I go to Howard University on an academic scholarship, full academic ride to Howard University, and I'm there, but I really want to run. And the coach at the time, his name was William Moultrie. And William Moultrie was an Olympic track coach. He coached the 400 for the Olympics, and I wanted to impress him. And so I went out and I ran cross country with the kid. They would go out and run, and I would meet the team. I wasn't even on the team. I would meet the team after they left the university. I'd run around the city with them, and then I'd disappear so the coach wouldn't see me. Because when I talked to the coach, I wanted him to know already that I was ready. So I went to talk to the coach, and I said, Coach, I want to run for you. I got an academic scholarship. I just want to run. And he said, what are your times? And I said, my times are this. And I was giving him my junior year times. I was 5'3". And he said, everybody here runs faster than that. You're not fast enough to run here. And I said, please, sir, can you give me a chance? If you give me a chance, I'll show you what I'm made of. And he passed me a folder, like one of those folders with a cardboard back on it. And he passed it to me, and it was nothing but scribble and phone numbers and doodles on the back of it. And he said, write your name on the back of that, and I'll get back to you. And I was thinking, this guy's blowing me off. And I wrote my name on that paper, and I walked out, and he never called. Now, in hindsight, what he wanted me to do was he wanted me to come back, right? That was a test. Same kind of test I would do now. He wanted to see if I really cared, I would come back. But I wasn't smart enough about that then. And my track career ended in his office that day. But that's the best thing that ever happened to me. I wasn't going to be an Olympic track person. I was going to be okay. I was fast. But this, what I'm doing now, focusing more on my schoolwork, becoming a leader, one day becoming a president or professor of an institution, would I be here now if he had said yes to me? I don't think so. the best thing that ever happened to me was really finding my true passion, which was in academics. It was in schoolwork, and it was in the ability to want to lead people and to inspire people. And so I'm glad that I'm here, but I wouldn't be here if I was just chasing what I liked and not chasing my passion. Sometimes when doors close, those doors are meant to be closed. And sometimes if things are hard, that doesn't mean that that's not your passion. It just means you have to work more at it, right? But where are you going to make a difference in this world? Not where you're going to have fun. That's not what I'm talking about, but how are you going to make a difference? All right. That was the second part. I got to do the third part. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Trinity. Appreciate both of you. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? I love your hair. If I had hair, it'd be pink. I don't have hair. All right, last one. Be somewhere where people can support you and your passion. And this is, of course, for all of you here, this is the part where I say I want you to look at an HBCU, right? I want you to go to an institution. I want you to be around people, and it might not be an HBCU, but I want you to consider it, to go to a place that supports you, supports your passions, and supports what you want to do. If you're not in environments where you're supported through your passion, supported to be who you are, all of what you are, you will have a difficult time developing into who you want to be. And so it's really important that you do that. Our HBCUs do that. I believe that every single Black child, African-American kid, African-American young at heart person, because everybody's not young when they go to college, all of you should consider an HBCU. Should you all go to an HBCU? Well, that's a little different. I think that individual choice is really important, and finding the best fit is truly important. Sometimes the best fit is close to home. Sometimes it's far. Sometimes it's a very diverse place. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's an all women's college. Sometimes it's a service academy. So I'm not saying that everybody should go to an HBCU, but I am saying that all of you should have an HBCU on your list. All of you should visit at least one HBCU and really seriously consider it. And I think that if you do, many of you will find that it's the best choice for you. But even if you don't, you'll know what to expect and what you are driving for from other institutions that may not have everything that we offer. So I think that's critically important. And why? Because, look, I mean, everybody here, nope, he goes back. This is me rewinding my own speech. Rewinding, go back. When I got to Howard University, talking about a bright kid who was a little immature, just a little. When I say a little immature, I wore one white shoe, one black shoe. Why? Why not? Why not wear two different color shoes? I did a whole year with a yo-yo. A whole year where I didn't carry any books. I just carried a yo-yo. Who does that? Me. I do that. But what I needed in college was I needed some people who recognized that I was a smart person, but maybe not a good student and not necessarily mature. And to pull me aside and say, hey, look, young man, we like you. You're doing great things, but we're going to need you to step up your game here. Like, we care about you and who you are. And the difference between me being somewhere else and me being here with you today is that there's somebody who really took the time and energy to pour into me, and they didn't know me from a can of paint. And now today I give them some of the glory, because we give God all the glory, but we give them some of the glory, because without my mentors, without my HBCU, without Howard University, I wouldn't be here. And my wife went to Tuskegee. My sister went to Dillard. My other sister went to Fisk. My son went to Morehouse. My daughter went to Virginia State. And so we believe in HBCUs as a family. It's our family business, and I believe in them. I'm not just selling them. My daughter went here. I spent my own money sending my daughter to Virginia State because I believe it's among the best education. And I would support any and all of you, and however you want to go and pursue your career. And so with that, I want to say, one, thank you very much for having me. Two, I wish you all the best and nothing but success in your life. One of the great things about being old, and I'm old now, I mean, I can't lie, I got old, is that when you see young people, you see nothing but the potential. Nothing but, like, I can already see that your success, you're not on a Zoom at 4:00 in the afternoon listening to some college president talk if you aren't already on an incredible path towards success. Your success is preordained. And whatever you're worried about today, Like I can remember the things I was worried about at your age, and it's almost funny now, right? If you continue to work hard, follow your passion, and treat people well, you will have nothing but success. And you can't even deny that success. You couldn't stop it if you wanted to, as long as you continue again to work hard, follow your passion, and treat people well. All things are going to work out. I love you. I don't know you, but I know some of you: Trinity, Brittany, Jess, Lisa, Robert. I see y'all. I'm proud of you. Congratulations, and have a great program after I'm gone. I'm done.
Well, we have a few more questions for you. Trinity will ask some questions.
All right, let's go, Trinity.
All right, so I would like to know, what does a president of your university, what do you guys do? Or what do you specifically do?
Good question. All right, so there's two main roles. I am the CEO of the institution, and so I make all of the big decisions and I delegate all of the small ones, and I push a lot of paper. So I'm the CEO, and then the other part is I'm the kind of the ambassador, right? So I'm the head cheerleader. I'm the number one presenter. I am the walking commercial of Virginia State. And so there's a part of it and that's the part you've seen, right? That's the part you just saw. So there's kind of the figurehead part, who is walking and speaking Virginia State because the buildings can't speak for themselves. And then there's the kind of CEO part that fewer people get a chance to see, where, I got to make sure we have balanced budgets, that we recruit the right students, we provide the right educational programs. And I got a lot of people who assist with that and do most of the work, but many of the final decisions, the buck stops here. Okay. Cool.
Perfect, thank you. And my other question is, can you tell us the most hilarious story, or do you have any sort of story that you can share with us that's super funny?
Super funny. So I think the most interesting is, so I had are you all familiar with the video that I was in? Anybody did a search? Okay. You'll search after this. So I was in a viral video about a student president crossing up a student on campus. You may have seen it. You just didn't know it was me. Now you'll look it up and you'll go, that was him? Yeah, that was me. So I think the funny part about that story, when you watch it, you'll just search my name. It'll come up. It comes up all the time. One, it's weird that I had an opportunity to go viral. And now in 90% of the meetings that I've ever been in since then, they bring that up first. This is honestly the first meeting where no one has seen it. So it's kind of cool. So thank you for not having seen it. But I think the thing that was funny to me was it was staged, whatever. But the kids who put it together, because it was the students that put it together. And when they left me, they said, we got to hurry up and edit this because it's going to be on SportsCenter tonight. And I was like, what? They knew they had gold. I had no idea. But the fact that they said that so confident, like, oh yeah, we're going viral with this one. We'll call you later on. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was simply hilarious. So maybe that was just funny for me, Trinity, but it was funny for me. I'll try to think of something else funny because I feel like I owe you more than that. I feel like I owe you.
Honestly, that one was a good one. That one was a good one.
Thank you very, very much.
And then this is my last question, is you left us with a whole bunch of information and a whole bunch of good tips, but what is the most important thing that you want to leave us with today?
There's a movie that y'all haven't seen called The Wiz, and Diana Ross played Dorothy in that. She was way too old to play Dorothy, but that's a whole nother issue, right? But the song at the end is believe in yourself right from the start. Believe in the magic that sits in your heart, right? Believe in you. Like you were not put here for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like you are a purpose in of yourself. You are an entire magic. Don't let anybody tell you that you are not everything. Now that doesn't mean you don't need to be humble and you don't need to work hard, right? But all of the gifts you need, God gave them to you already. That's what I got.
Thank you.
Thank you, Trinity.
Okay, we're now going to open it up for Q&A to the entire audience. If you have a question, please raise your hand or place your question in chat box.
What if someone asks, hey, Jess, what are some ways that we can find our passions? I think that one of the ways that help, and again, there's a million ways, but one for me is to really begin to look at the people who you admire, right? Or the activities that you admire. And whether you know them up close or know them from far away, some of it can be on television or the internet, or some of it can be, mentors or family members. But when you see somebody that's doing something that you think, you know what, I want to do that, or I want to make that kind of difference, right? I think start to invest in how did you get there? And what is your life like? And start to attach yourself to people and make people either mentor you through their words or through their actions. But I think that if you keep your mind open and you continually are looking around and looking for people to, I don't want to say look up to, but that's the best phrase I can figure out right now is to look up to. And not necessarily for their look. Everybody's imperfect, right? So I'm not saying look up to people and then, you just follow them and do whatever. But the part of them that is attractive to you, whether it's the work or the way they carry themselves, and then begin to ask them, how did you get here? How did you get that? I want to get that, and then start going down that road. Your mind will tell you what you want, because it'll be attracted to it. You'll see it in a person, And so then when you see it in a person, borrow it from them. Ask them how they got it. Okay? Thanks, Jess. Yay. Wait, where do we go? What was it your passion to become the principal of a university? Well, I'm not really a principal, but your point is well taken. And when people come to my office, they do act like they come to the principal's office. So maybe I am the principal. Was it my passion, I'll say, to become the president of a university? No. My passion is I really want to help people. And I really want to provide quality opportunities and experiences for young people, particularly young African Americans, to better their lives. And it just so happened that in my career that, I started out as a faculty member, I did stint as a dean, as a VP, that the higher up I rose, the more I had a feeling that I could do more in that, right? And so it wasn't necessarily to be the president of an institution, but it was definitely to be someone who could have the kind of impact on young people through higher education. So that I didn't want to do. So in some ways, no, in some ways, yes, I guess my passion led me here. How does someone become, says Kia? Oh, thank you, Joanna, Kia. How does someone become a college president? A bunch of different ways to do it. It pretty much kind of goes through being a VP at some point. And so there's fundraisers and there are finance people and there are academics, and you come to a university, you do great work. You become very passionate about them, you move up, and at some point you might become a president. I guess almost like any other organization. I think the difference is you normally have to get a PhD, not all the time, but many times, because in order to teach at an institution, then some people want to know you have the highest degree at that school. Ooh, I got a bunch of questions. What's one misconception about HBCUs? Oh, I love this one. Thank you. Sinky. I'm going with Sinky until I get.
Good job.
Yes.
Got it.
Thank you very much. I practice. With a name like mine, you try to get people's names right the first time. I'm just saying. So Sinky, one of the misconceptions is there's many, for Black kids first, and I'll say for other kids. For Black kids, it's that they may not be Black enough to go to an HBCU. There are many Black kids who kind of think, well, I'm not a stereotypical Black person, and so I don't know if I would fit in, right? And the funny thing is the exact opposite is true. It's like Black people are very diverse, like super diverse. And one of the challenges with Black folks who grow up mostly around white people is that they don't know how diverse Black people are. So they think that if they ride a skateboard with a bunch of other white or Asian kids or Hispanic kids, they think because they're the only Black person at their school that rides a skateboard, they think they're one of the only Black people that ride a skateboard. So then they'll go, I don't know if I should go to an HBCU because, well, I meet people who are like me. I'm going to tell you, you get around, we got 4,000 kids at Virginia State. I don't care what you're into, anime, skateboards, rock music, I don't care what it is. There's 500 kids here who are into that, right? There is no stereotypical Black kid. So everybody's Black enough, and whatever you bring to the table is Black because we're all Black. So I think that's the biggest misconception. I think for white folks, Asian folks, Hispanic folks, I think that the biggest misconception is that they're not wanted when they are. They're going to get a heck of an experience being in an HBCU, but y'all know black people, we quick to invite folks to our house and have people at the crib. So, we welcome folks with open arms. There's some culture adaptation that has to happen, but you've seen when they've had white people or Hispanic people on the Apollo. Y'all don't watch the Apollo. Y'all too young. But when they did, people would cheer madly. Why? Because we are a welcoming people. So that's a misconception. All right. What one piece of advice I'd give to a younger me? That's a great question. Where are these great questions? Y'all are cheating. Y'all got a book of questions. These can't be real. Heather, one piece of advice I would tell is do not stop worrying. Don't worry. I actually gave that advice earlier. Don't worry. Right now, some of y'all are worried about a grade in a class. You're worried about a boy or a girl that don't like you. You're worried about a friendship group or something like that. I worried about those same things too. I hate to say it because y'all not going to believe me anyway, but none of that stuff matter. Again, if you work hard and you treat people well, good things are going to happen. If they're not happening now, they will happen and you can't stop them from happening. So don't worry so much. It's all going, as long as you're a good person and you work hard, it's all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay, I promise. If I want to pursue writing, what type of school would be better for me to attend? Well, most colleges have English programs, writing programs. And so that's not, there's some majors like engineering where not every school has it, but every school would have English and writing. But at the same time, I would, as you visit schools, I would look them up and find out what faculty are doing, what kind of work. And so I think for that, you're going to have to do some research. I wouldn't be able to tell you off the top of my head. I know Virginia State is great. Thank you very much. I'm paid to say that. But I wouldn't be best to tell you what schools are best for individual writing. But I know there are schools that exist for you, Kendra, and those schools want you, and we want you to go to college. Thank you, Kendra. Jess. Oh, Jess is back. Wait a minute. Oh, it is Jess is back. But I had Jess. Trinity. Nope, you asked question 2. You already got 3 in, so I can go back to Jess. What do you think students can do today to prepare them best for college? Good question. I think to be independently motivated. There are a lot of parents who really push kids, and look, I pushed my kids, so I'm not against parents pushing kids. But there comes a point when you as a young person have to decide that you want it and that you're ready to get it. Because if you don't, there's going to be a time when parents pushing you or colleagues or classmates pushing you is not going to be enough. And so the best thing is to learn to take responsibility for your own work, to learn to appreciate the learning process for yourself, to treat your grades as your job, not your parents' job. You want them to be good because they're yours. And if your parents give you money for them, all the better, but that you want them to be good. So I think taking that level of personal responsibility is probably best, because when you get to college, you're going to just be more on your own. And that kind of leaning on you and parents sending you to your room, it's not going to work. And so if you don't care about it and you're not committed to it, you're not going to finish. So to start to be self-motivated. Sinky, thank you. Thank you. Here you come. I will need you to apply to Virginia State, Sinky. VSU. Virginia State. All right. Trinity asked another question. If I was to apply to college, to my college, if you was, you is, so don't say if you was, what tips would you provide? I just want you to apply. I need to be clear about this. So there are many schools that are, how should we say, exclusive, right? They have GPAs and test scores to make the schools more exclusive. Those schools many times are more prestigious and their names ring louder than other schools, right? Prestige does not equal quality. Just because a school is a bigger name and harder to get into, don't make it a better school. And I'm gonna give you a good example of that. Y'all know cars, right? What's the most prestigious car? It's probably like a Bentley or a Rolls. But what's the best car? Ain't none of y'all trying to buy one except a stunt, right? Don't nobody really want to drive a Bentley every day to work. No one, even if you had the money, you wouldn't buy a Bentley. You'd still probably buy a Hyundai or maybe a Benz, but definitely not a Bentley, right? So just because something is prestigious doesn't make it the best for you. And just because it's prestigious doesn't make it quality. It doesn't make it quality, it just makes it prestigious, right? So I tell you, so I say that to say this, being honest, my admissions requirements are different than some other schools, right? They're not as high as some other schools. Why? Because I want to make sure kids get an opportunity to go to college. That's why. If you had a tough year in high school and you still want a shot, hell, I want you to come to Virginia State, right? And if your parents were on medical leave and you struggled during COVID and your grades dropped some, but you still got internal motivation, I want you to come to Virginia. So what are my tips? Be the best you can be and apply. Got it? All right. Y'all got me out here preaching today. I'm a little too excited to be on the call with people from California. All right. I think I handled all the questions in the chat, man.
Thank you. Thank
Anything else you want me to do?
No, that was good. We want to thank you for participating with us this evening. I want to thank Trinity for leading us in our discussion and asking some questions that were great. But as I promised to everyone, I come on at 4 and we try to keep it under 45 minutes. We do have some important information that we need to share with all the students from Brittany's office. And so could you all join me in thanking Dr. Nicola Abdul for being with us this evening?
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I answer all my own DMs. Follow me. If you need me, is there anything that I can do? Remind me where I met you. Ask me a question. You can ask me a question whenever you want.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We're going to have you back again. I think that
Yay.
the students really enjoyed your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brittany, it's all yours.
Okie dokie, everybody. That was really great. He was really great. Put me in good mood. Okay, so yesterday, if you are on our Discord chat, I did put in there for the students and the parents telling you guys about Cooter Navigator, that I was sending that out. I also sent out emails to everybody on our email list about Cooter Navigator. So students, you guys have been provided with the encode to be able to start your Cooter Navigator. Please do get yourself set up in the system as soon as possible. And like I mentioned in the messages, you feel free to start playing around in there. I'll probably set up a presentation for Cooter pretty soon, but I just wanted to share that bit of information that you guys do have that. So you can either find it in Discord in the chat, or you can please check your emails so you can get started, okay? And you can always message me on Discord, that's really quick, or you can email me if you haven't signed up for that yet. But I just want to officially let you guys know it's happening. So please head over there. Thank you. That's pretty much. And also for mentors too, matching our the mentees with the mentors. Look for that after the 15th, I'll say, of this month. There's still a couple more processes that we're working through with our national office. So look for that then. We're still recruiting mentors, so we have enough for all of our students, and we are taking it very seriously when we match you with a mentor. So if you aren't matched first, that just means we're waiting for your perfect match before we mentors, okay?
Thank you. Okay, Trinity, do you have anything?
Besides just thank you, and thank you so much for this turnout. It was absolutely amazing, and I loved all the participation.
Wonderful. Without further ado, I think I've kept this under 45 minutes. I will let you guys go, and be sure to send me an email to schedule a time for your virtual office session. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye, and thank you.